Thanks for joining us today. We're here to talk about the Dexibell Combo J7 digital organ. So the Combo J7 incorporates several tone wheel organs, then pipe organ, then Italian transistor organ and American transistor organ. On top of that, we feature several solo sounds, and on top of that, we feature a lot of piano and electric piano sounds derived from our Vivo piano series. The J7 is the one and only instrument in the world market featuring motorized drawbar faders, what you have seen in this introduction tune. I can switch from upper to lower to pedal, and you always see what you actually got. Then I like to go a little bit deeper into the T2L sound engine. Here we have the drawbars that of course are controlled in real time. Then going into the T2L edit mode, we can have the leakage. We can increase that. We can have the hum noise, the click on, click off. Then we have the overdrive. We can crank that up if we want to. Then we have the vibrato. For example, the V2 vibrato, or let's go for the C3. Then we have the percussion. And then we have the rotary speaker. Taking advantage of the motorized drawbar faders, we have another great new feature that we call morphing. Morphing means you can create two different drawbar patches and then seamlessly morph from one to the other. There's several ways of doing that. One way would be just by using the patches. Also, there is a possibility of adjusting the speed for the morphing. So if you are into having a more fast way of morphing between the patches. Another way of using the morphing function is to assign it to a second expression pedal. Then I can go into the screen, into the menu, and say, okay, I like to have the drawbar setting number 1, which means from drawbar setting number 2. Let's just change this one. So I can go back and forth like that. But I can also use the second expression pedal, doing exactly the same thing. By the way, the noise that you're listening to at this moment is the rotary noise. So we even recorded the wind noise inside the rotary speaker. If I go to slow, it will go down. If I go fast again, it will go up. Next example, I'd like to focus a little bit on the percussion of the instrument. The percussion can also be assigned to the left part. Of course, again, you see what you're doing there. Let's do that. You see the setting for the lower part is like this. Setting for upper part is like that. Percussion is assigned to the left part. This gives you kind of the possibility of playing with the left hand virtually on the upper manual and the right hand on the lower manual. So I'd like to show you now some different organ types. The next one in row is going to be the pipe organ. This time the drawbars work like pipe organ stops. Also, as you can hear, we have a fantastic reverb. So now let's have a listen to the different transistor organ types that we have in the J7. So starting with the Italian transistor organ. And in this situation, the drawbars work as like tilt taps. And of course, you can also create your favorite setting there. Let's move it to the American transistor organ. We have the different waves. And of course the drawbars. Then we can have the overdrive. We have the vibrato. And of course we can connect the organ to our rotary speaker. Now I'd like to show you several of the solo sounds, and this time I assign the drawbar organ to the left side. We have a great function that is called auto hold. This will hold the last played chord. If I change the chord, it will follow me. Then going to the right side, I assigned a soprano saxophone sound. And again, the T2L, True to Live engine, gives me access to some very useful and important parameters of the sound. For example, in the soprano sound, we feature one parameter, it's called key noise. So I can increase this one. The next example is a harmonica sound, and again I assign the drawbar organ to the left side. Even also using the morphing function, being able to slightly change, having the Leslie, like that. In the next example, I'm using a solo synth sound on the upper side. I can use this parameter as a filter. In the next example, I assigned synth sounds to both sides. Apart from having all these wonderful organ sounds, the Combo J7 also features the complete Vivo digital piano engine. So let me give you an example. Also, I can layer sounds, bring in the strings with the expression pedal. Also, we basically have unlimited polyphony in this instrument. So we have 320 oscillators always working to create these beautiful sounds. Piano, strings, I can assign a split point and have an electric piano on the left side and a bass sound on the left side. Now let's have a look at the real-time controls. I'm going into the T2L editor, increasing the hammer noise. Now increasing the reverb level. And then even blending in the strings. Thank you for joining us today. So if you want to have more information about the Dexibell Combo J7, about this wonderful live performance instrument, please visit us on musiciansfriend.com.